Let me introduce myself. My name is Roman. I'm from Ukraine. I work as a product analyst in a company called Bini Games. We created mobile game application for preschool children. I'm on this position for 2 years. And if I can help you with your question about starting career in data analytics, about product analytics, I will be glad to do it.
It's really nice. Nice to meet you, Roman. My name is Aman. I'll introduce myself. My name is Aman. I completed my bachelor's degree from India in computer science and engineering. Therefore, I moved to Italy to pursue my master's degree.
Mhm.
I did my master's degree in computer science and engineering too, in Sicily. It's in the south of Italy. And while doing my master's, I got an opportunity to work as a junior data scientist in a startup company called Arma Labs.
Mhm.
I worked there for around 1 year, and later on, I switched to my what you call my current job. It's I'm working here in Motor K as a product data analyst, and I've been working here since 1.5 years. And yeah, it's been going good, but I'm at a stage where I want to look forward to improving myself, improving the skills. I know I want to see what's out there, and any way I can be even better at my job.
So
So
sounds cool because a lot of people who come to my sessions they are just beginners, but you already have great experience. Yeah. So wow.
no, it's like I think like since the reason for this request was because I wanted to because I saw some of your blogs and they were really cool, and
Mhm.
I thought like, yeah, I'm trying to improve myself. I'm trying to be better at my finding metrics, doing some analysis, moving towards the data scientist part. And I
Mhm.
thought, why not speak to somebody who's somewhat in my own domain, who
Mhm.
is working also in product and giving insights. And I thought, okay, maybe we need to maybe I need to focus myself or shift my directions into my own field, because I work in a straight path, and I feel like I need to explore more what's out there, and I need to understand, are there any other ways where I can benefit or I can improve myself, basically.
Can we discuss what kind of data you work with, or what's your industry? Because you say the name of the company, but not the
Yeah.
industry. So what it is? What your domain?
So we work in the automotive industry,
Mhm.
and we are usually responsible for selling used car online, and we have
Mhm.
multiple dealer. We are associated with multiple dealerships and companies, and we also take the new cars. We also sell new cars. We also take the used cars. But yes, most of our business comes from used cars,
Mhm.
selling used cars to business or business to customer, B2B or B2C.
Mhm.
So that's the domain. So I work as a product data analyst in analyzing the stock management of different dealerships and how their stock is performing by year, by month, and I build dashboards around it. And I was also responsible for creating some small algorithms in Python with similarities with Jacquard, and to match the data between different data catalogs. We have different catalogs in Europe to which contains different automotive data, and so I'm also working as what you call a part-time developer as well, and
Mhm.
also as an
Mhm.
analyst, because the role with time has become quite diverse. Earlier it was just the analysis, and now everybody's more leaned on into also learning a bit of programming. You should know a little bit of programming. You should know
Mhm.
a little bit of analysis. And it's really important to know a little bit of machine learning, and if you can do some stuff with AI as well. And right now, I'm facing some challenges in the LLM, or in the new
Mhm.
era, where everybody is expecting us to deliver some products in a generative AI part, and it's been quite a challenge. But I wanted to so this is where I'm currently working. I'm building dashboards. I'm working with the big Google BigQuery, as we have a data warehouse, and
Mhm.
I work between the product team and the data engineering team. So any
Mhm.
data that is required by the product team, I usually go and make the requirements and fetch it from the data engineering team. Work with data engineers to build the dashboards around what is requested.
And you work with Power BI or Tableau? What's your tools
Yeah,
for
I
dashboards?
work with the Looker Studio
Oh, look,
95%
yeah.
of the time. Yeah, 90% of the time I'm working with Looker Studio. I'm working with BigQuery.
Yeah, I also work with BigQuery. Do you work with A/B testing? Because as you said, you're bit about B2C market.
I haven't been working with A/B testing yet, and this is
Oh, so
something I need to learn.
yeah. So it is like this part of knowledge that you can upgrade yourself. Yeah. So if you have enough, as I understand, it is something like a marketplace, right?
It is. It
So
is like a
there,
marketplace. So
yeah.
we've built a portal. We've built a portal
Mhm,
around where
mhm.
where different businesses come and they check out the used cars from other businesses or from customers, and they either sell it or they buy, or they can do a lot of things in the portal.
Firstly, I wanted to advise you a book. It's called Star Problem. I don't know if you heard about it. Andrew Chen. I will send you detailed. I will write it to myself also. It's
Star
one
problem.
called Star Problem. So it's about that any marketplace when it starts. So it is like chicken egg problem. So there are not enough supply side and not enough demand side and so on. And it is a lot of examples and it is wonderful book. I like
Yeah.
read a month ago and is so interesting, like some sci-fi novel, but it is really just practical book. Yeah, so it is about marketplace and it is wonderful. So yeah, if you have let's stop on A/B testing. As you have like enough customers, you can try to launch A/B testing, and also it is like second books trustworthy. Write down Ron Kohavi. It is very great guy.
Uh,
I think it's the main guy in A/B testing in the world. He worked for Microsoft.
can you please write? Sorry. Can you please write his name on the chat so it's more
Yeah. Wait a minute.
easier for me.
Where I don't know where there's chat in this. Oh, private
It's
chat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There is. Yeah. So it's like Ron Kohavi. Yeah, and he is a co-author of also a great book about A/B testing. It's the only one his book, and it is totally wonderful. And also there is a course on Udacity about A/B testing. I will
Mhm.
also I will send it to you. Udacity. Yeah, it's 8 years old, but still it's very relevant because what I like in statistics that it is like it's stays still with the years. So it's like almost all most concept of A/B testing, which is something that invented 100 years ago, and it is hard to learn like some BI systems or SQL by books, but it is very easy to learn statistics by books because it is never became old and so on. Yeah, so it is like two great engineers from Google, and they explain the concept of A/B testing, and it is wonderful. Yeah, so you can store this. Became the founder of A/B testing culture in your company. If you have enough customers on your marketplace, it will be possible because you never know how you, for example, where you have to place price, where you have to place any button, what the color of this button can be, what's the size of this button, and so on and so forth. So in our case, every our major changes we test by A/B testing because it is too risky to launch some feature on whole audience because some feature may be not so relevant for this whole audience, and we can lose money and we can decrease our metrics and so on and so forth. So it is something that you can try to establish. Just okay, it firstly will become some experiments, like you just try if it's working for you or no. But I think in future, I advise you to write down. There are some tools for A/B testing. For example, we use Firebase.
Mhm.
It's from Google. because
Yes.
we have applications, so it is Firebase, but they are all like optimizedly and so on. So it's like different tools for it. Yeah, but you
I think
also
Firebase
can.
is the most popular one.
Yeah, I think too. I to be honest, I work only with Firebase, so I only heard about all the tools, but never use it. I know some company with backend engineers, they work like create their internal tools from they create some changes on backend, but it is too complicated, and without developers, it will be impossible to launch any A/B test, so it will be hard. Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, may I please ask, what are the tools that you usually work with in your day to day?
Yeah, with SQL it is BigQuery, as in your case. In with dashboards it is Power BI. What else? I know it differs, so it's like for advertise AdMob for advertising and so on. But still Python, still Google Spreadsheet if it's not a large data set. What else? What else? I think it is the majority, and Firebase for A/B testing. Yeah.
This
Like
is something that I need to expand upon. I think this is something I need to learn and expand.
yeah,
So,
it is
uh,
not so. If you use Google Analytics,
yes, we do, but
yes, so
we are
it's
using it to track everything. But let me say this: we try to go towards. Have you heard? I don't know if you've heard Amplitude. It's like we
yeah.
collect all
I
the
heard it.
events, and
Hmm.
yeah, it's an analytics tool. So earlier we were going towards the direction of having everything organized in Amplitude. We created some front
Hmm.
end attributes. We were putting different elements on pages
Hmm.
where we the areas where we wanted to track, and we basically put together a system to do so. And then suddenly we changed to we changed to Google Analytics some 5-6 months ago,
Hmm.
and now all the work that had been done for this cause is now being transferred here, but not very well. So
Yes.
yeah, this Google Analytics,
Hmm.
we are using it, but not very, let me say, not very efficiently.
Hmm. So if you're familiar with Google Analytics with Firebase, it will be much easier because, in my view, besides my previous job, I use Google Analytics. So in my view,
Mhm.
it is like Google Analytics for apps. It's look almost the same. So yeah, it will be if you have the skills so already, so it will be easier to adapt for you. Yeah.
According to you, if I want to move towards the path of from a product data analyst to a data scientist in future,
Mhm.
where do you think, like, in terms of skills and in terms of tools, do you think I should be exploring more towards machine learning, or should be more concentrated towards just building models, or just getting better at what I basically do right now and just learn some XYZ extra skills? In
Uh,
your opinion, if I want to move towards data scientist, what
in
you
my opinion, it
suggest me?
is all that you said previously. So in my view, I work as a product analyst. So I'm not
Yeah.
using like in my day-to-day job machine learning. I learn it on some courses on Coursera and so on, but I'm not use it a lot. Like in my view, data scientist is data analyst who know machine learning. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have to be good at data analytics because you will work with SQL, you will work with data. You have to understand your data. You have to like clean from it from outliers and so on and so forth. But also you have to learn how to work with some machine like scikit-learn, for example. Yeah, how to learn with some zero models like linear regression, logistical, decision tree, naive bias, k-means, and so on. So it's like the better you will be in data analytics, if you add machine learning to this, you can become a data scientist. Also, you don't have to wait like something that to maybe become data scientist in future. So you can launch your own little project. So some predictions and so on, and try to do it on your day-to-day work. So like it's will be your pet projects. Nobody will know about it. Maybe if you will do it in your free time, so nobody know it. And if you fail, it's not a big deal because nobody know it already. But if you succeed in this project, it will be huge. And if it helps your company to grow revenue, or not revenue, but also some, I don't know, retention on your site, conversion rate, and so it will be wonderful. and as you haven't any data scientists in your company, so it will be hard
No,
for
we have one. We have a data
oh,
scientist in our
oh,
company. Yeah.
oh. Yeah, so
So
your company on this level of maturity that they'll hire, or it will be much easier to convince. I thought that sometimes maybe they are data analysts who wanted to become data scientists, and they don't want to leave their company because they like it, and it is hard for them to like negotiate about this, that they have for the companies that if they can spend some time for data scientists, because their stakeholders don't understand the value of machine learning at that time for this concrete company, for this concrete business. But if your company already hired data scientists, so
yeah.
I think stakeholders understand why it is valuable and why they have to spend resources and time in machine learning algorithms. Yeah, so decided about some portfolio, some little project that will connect it to your job, to your business, and try to help improve some metrics with the help of not only data analytics but with machine learning. And if it will be success, it will be wonderful for your career.
Yeah, this is a really good advice because this is an aspect where I was lacking. I was not keeping track of, the personal projects that I could even showcase in future if anybody
Mhm,
wanted to see. So I was not I started once and it's like you procrastinate, you start something and you don't finish it. It's like that. So
mhm,
I started putting some projects. I went to different Kaggle. Kaggle is a great place
mhm, mhm. Yeah,
to get
yeah,
the data sets and stuff and work around it. So I used to get the data sets from there, work on it, and just put it on the GitHub. And now since 1 year, it's been there. So I
yeah.
think
Mhm, mhm.
this is something really cool that I think I should be also focusing on.
Yeah,
Do you think?
as you have some already had some experience, like portfolio project is not so will be not so valuable. I think companies, if you will go to other company, the company will give you some home test assignment for you to showcase their skills and so on. It is much
Yeah.
valuable for someone who on the start of his or her career. Yeah, but still with this, like it's not, if it will be success, it will be not portfolio project. It will be your work project. It will be portfolio project only in case of failure. Yeah, so you have to deal with it in this case. So, but it is still safe as it is not completely your work project, because it's something new for you and you can be 100% guaranteed that you can deal with it. Yeah, just learning, it's
Hmm.
just trying.
Uh, yeah. Uh, Another question.
Mhm.
Do you think that it's in with seeing the current scenario of market? Do you think it's beneficial to have a portfolio website as well, where you display all your work and stuff? Do you think this plays a crucial role right now in terms of recruitment?
To be honest, it is always better to have this one than not to have. I work with my mentor, and she every time she remember me about my promise to create my own website, but I still procrastinate it because as I don't plan to go to other companies soon and so on. But it is still good to have some place where you where you could showcase your projects, your achievements, and so on. So it is very not so. It don't have for me. It is like I'm procrastinate because I think it have to be something fancy, something beautiful, and so
Yeah,
on. And I have to collect all this stuff, and it is hard, and so on and so forth. And I'm this why, and I have no clear motivation and so on. But I advise you. I see a lot of wonderful portfolios, but different not only in data analytics, but from different profession, and it is always cool to see some personal website. Yeah. So
yeah. I
if
even
you have
I'm
time,
going through the same.
if you have some discipline to create it, so it can be still you can do it. Yeah.
I think so because even I've been procrastinating so much. I was like, when I see some stuff online, they're creating some really amazing with UX, UI, and they're
Mhm.
showing everything. They're even building a game in a website, and they're making the person go. If you choose this path, it will take you to the projects and stuff. So this is something that I see happening a lot. when I see some of the portfolios.
Yeah, but it depends. It depends on the specialties from the if it's front end engineer or UX designer or game designer. Of course, their portfolio, their personal site is part of their portfolio. And in product analyst or data analyst case, it don't have to be so playable and so on because it is not our main expertise. Yeah, it could be have to be with some good projects or maybe some achievements and so on, but not with playable things, stuff like this, because it's not main part of our achievements of our jobs.
I agree. I agree with you. May I ask you one more question?
Yeah, of
What
course.
is your process of checking requirements from your team? What is your process of building metrics and uh, metrics dashboards? What is your usual process? Because maybe I think that I can improve my my way or my path of delivering and receiving some of the because I saw some of the feedbacks and I think that okay, I might have done better in terms of acquiring the requirements or because when I do the delivery, sometimes it's not perceived as good as I wanted it to be. So just can you please share what is the method that you usually use into understanding what you want to show to your team?
It's hard because it is like for now my biggest problem is I think I'm good at to showing to my team what happened. So with this metrics, with this stage data, visualizing and so on, but it's hard to say why it is happened. As for example, I transitioned from other team, like I'm on this team for 3 months. It is still it's not enough for me to understand my new products because it is new app for me that I work with and said why, for example, like our revenues grow. And I have to explain. So it's not enough to say that it grow to show some graph and so on, but you have to explain why it is happen, and it can be a very different amount of possibilities, hypotheses, and I'm always scared about to propose some hypothesis. I understand that it is hypothesis. It's something that I think of, but it's not necessarily can be a reality. We can like disprove it or prove it and so on. So I'm also already afraid of to propose some hypotheses that may be not true because okay, people always biased and people always try to create some hypotheses that you can establish to this data and can explain it, but it is not necessarily true. And for me, it is hard because I can create different hypotheses that compare different details, but only one of them can or one or two of them can really increase our metrics and so on and so forth. So I work also on this. In our process, so once a week I had like big meetings with our product team. So where I have we have two analysts in our team. So I have a half an hour and I try to showcase all my findings, all results of my research, or A/B tests that I finished, and so on, to explain to my team, to receive some question, what's valuable, because my goal is for product team to understand my findings, for them to make some decisions to, for example, launch some new design or not, and so on and so forth. So this half an hour, I explain, I showcase all findings, all research or analysis that I worked previous week. Yeah, and also we discuss what like in my tasks for this week. What's my priorities? Why I have to understand what is most valuable for the team, because I have, for example, I have 10 tasks and I can't understand if I may starting with some tasks that the most easier for me, because it is I know that I will do it and I know how much time I need for it and so on, but this task may be not so valuable for the team. Maybe team will live without this task another 2 weeks, but they wanted to do something another. So we try to prioritize this thing. And then, of course, if I have some findings, some alarming findings, for example, our metrics decrease, and we launch something on our app. We have some bugs and so on. So okay, I don't have to wait another week to showcase it to the team. I already will write it on Slack and alarm it. So we have to do something. If it's some emergency and we, for example, lose revenue or lose our subscribers, I have to launch a meet and try to solve this problem as soon as possible. But if this is something that not so emergent and we don't lose some money, so it can be we can wait for it and so on. So it's like this with the dashboard. So for now in our team there are a BI engineer. So the most valuable dashboards, it is his responsibility. And I also have to know how to work with Power BI, because sometimes I have to repair some dashboards or to launch something for myself for better understanding some data. But I'm not working with dashboards as it was like before this BI engineer.
And how you keep yourself? So I know this. The next question will be more of a philosophical question, but how do you keep yourself motivated a long time? So because this is something that has been quite difficult for me lately, because having to keep constant focus and trying to deliver the best over after a certain period of time, it becomes quite monotonous. And the tools that you work with, the requirements that you work with are mostly within a certain certain range. Let me say a certain range, and after some time you tend to lose focus. How do you keep yourself motivated? I know this is something like a philosophical question, but I've read some blogs as well where people are also going through the same phase. So how do you tackle that part?
Yeah, you always try to find for yourself some challenges. I don't know. In my case, firstly, I feel, I don't know how in your case, but I'm transitioned only 2 years ago. I'm not feeling very confident as a data analyst, so I feel this imposter syndrome. So, oh my God, my team is. Yeah, sooner or later, my team understands that I'm a fraud, that they hire me just by case. Even these people who hire me at that time 2 years ago, they go to another company and they didn't know that I'm a fraud. And you have to always prove that you didn't a fraud, and so on and so forth. So it's like always constant stuff. It's firstly. Secondly, if I provide mentorship like this, I think, especially not only on international level, but in Ukraine. And I talk with a lot of young, very bright people, especially students who wanted to become data analysts. And some of them, part of them, received their offers and start working as a data analyst. And I understand that in a year or 2 or 3, there will be my competitors. And I have to run faster because they are behind my back. Yeah, so it is also good motivation for me, and also not only like this running for them, but you understand that to be a good mentor, to give some value for other, I have to grow. Because I have to be like a little bit higher than them, and it's not only which provide not only with the work experience, but also with some courses, also with some other knowledge and so on. So I have also my mentors on ADP list. Like 1 hour ago, I talked with my mentors, because I wanted to grow. And it is different, like this imposter syndrome and this younger mentees. It helps me to grow and so on. Also, try to find for yourself some challenges. For example, for now, I will finish this on Coursera Google Advanced certification in data analytics.
Is it the Google Analytics professional certification? Is it the one?
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Yeah, if there are. It was 2 years ago, but this year they launched a new one So there are like regression models, machine learning stuff, and so it is much better. It's also not for like a senior level, but it is much better. For now, I am on the sixth course of seven on machine learning course. Yeah, it is interesting, and I plan to finish it, and then Microsoft launch new certification in Power BI, and there are professional exam in Microsoft. It cost in USA it cost $160. In Ukraine it cost $80. So it is challenge. It is something that I have to learn, and it's not safe environment because I can pay for it, and I can, if I didn't pass the certification, I lose this money. I lose this money in both cases, but at least in one case, if it will be successful, I receive this certification from Google, from Microsoft about Power BI is the main tool that I use in dashboards. So it is like not only just like finishing some courses, but prove yourself, challenge yourself with this stuff. And also, I think in future maybe I go to this exam in Tableau also. So it's like something that you have to set for yourself some high level and try to jump to it. Yeah, it's something that motivates me.
That's a really good answer. Let me say it's really cool that what you're doing, and I think I need to also align myself in this path
Yeah,
because lately I feel like okay, I need to set some challenges for myself so in order to improve, and
so,
this is yeah.
yeah. Start with if you already had your experience. Start on ADP list. Just to become a mentor and try to talk to other, and you will see that you will grow because it is even subconsciously you wanted to become better, to give people more value and to not feel scary because oh I don't know what can I share to others and so on. So it's good to like tool for your growth.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think I can start. I think I should start, and
yeah,
I think that will be a good way of even empowering my confidence or
yeah.
confidence level, not being shy, trying to share and learn this. You've given me so many insights to work upon,
Mm.
Roman.
Yeah,
It's
there
been
is
really nice.
wonderful tool. It's called Feynman technique. It's called by Richard Feynman. It's famous Nobel laureate physics professor. So it's this technique. It's when you explain something to others, you will
Uh-huh.
understand it better. So it's like learning by teaching. So you
Yeah.
have, for example, like A/B testing. If I explain to someone what A/B testing, the concept, and so on, I will understand it better because I have to understand it. I have to understand it to very most basic levels, the main simplicity to be able to share it with other and so on. So when you explain some stuff connected to analytics to others, you understand it better and you will be better in knowing it, in working with it. Yeah, so it's like mentoring always not only to help others, but also you can help yourself with the different stuff.
And are there? Yeah, I completely agree with your point. I
Mhm.
think whenever even I'm explaining some technical aspects to some of the non-technical we say like non-technical colleagues, I think like I know better. I think then
Yeah,
I understand some stuff better. I think this has worked for me in the past, and I think I should again go towards this path of having to talk to more people, and that's a step I recently took. I came on ADP list. I started talking to people, and I feel like I'm getting to know a little bit more. It's like every day you don't improve too much, but you at least improve a little bit.
yeah.
It's like going towards that path. But this this has been really good, Roman. You've given me a lot of points to work on, and
Mhm.
I think I can really it can be really beneficial for me. I think the two things I'm going to do start. Three things I'm going to do start
Mhm.
right away was to learn A/B testing. What are
Mhm.
different types of testing? The next is try to get a hold of Gold Star Problem book, that the one you
Mhm.
mentioned.
Yeah. Mhm.
The third was to get some courses where I can set some targets on in order to improve and set a bar for myself. Fourth is to start some GitHub projects or any personal projects that interest me, so I can even if somebody asks, I can show them, or they are my work
Mhm.
work projects. Next is to I think talk to more
Yeah,
people,
but
learn more.
what about ADP lists? Don't you want to try yourself as a mentor?
I don't. Sometimes I feel like, okay, if, the part you mentioned, the imposter syndrome, it hits sometimes,
Mhm.
and sometimes it hits really bad. I've been in the industry for the same time as you have been,
Mhm.
since
Mhm.
2.5 years, and I
Mhm.
feel
Mhm.
like, okay, do I know enough? It's like, do I know enough? Can I share enough? And is my enough equal, higher than what the other person expects or not? And that's the question where I usually get scared of. Okay, if I don't know enough, should I be there or not? So this is a challenge basically for me. Like, I can start being a mentor, but it's something that I'm currently shy of.
Yeah, but you have to understand that mostly people will ask you not the stuff connected to data analytics. So how I can launch a dashboards, what metric I have to use for my product. No, they mostly they're interested in transition themselves to data analytics, and you already done it. So you received
Yeah,
your
so many.
offer in
Yeah,
data.
yeah, I've done so many courses. Let me say, my stream was towards software engineering during my masters, and
Hmm.
in the middle of the masters, you have this subject called I had this subject called data analytics.
Hmm.
It was a small elective subject. It was just for 6 grades. The professor who first came in, and he introduced linear regression to us for the first time. And
Hmm.
the moment I started learning about it, I thought, okay, wow, this is interesting. So
Hmm.
you are saying, so for me, in my head, I was like, okay, are you saying that if we have certain values, if we have certain data with us, we are able to predict the outcome in
Hmm.
future? And I was living under the rock while I was doing my masters, and it was like, the other part of the world was really enhancing, growing towards AI and stuff, and I was living under the rock, and I was like, "Are you seriously telling me that we can predict values in the future using
Hmm.
this algorithm?" And he was like, "Yes, you can if you have good." So I was like, "Okay,
Sounds
I
like
need to
magic.
start."
Yeah.
It was like magic. I started going to YouTube. I started going to Coursera, Udemy, You Tell Me, and so many courses I started to do towards it. And suddenly I got this offer, my first offer,
Hmm.
and I started working as a junior data scientist. So in a startup, usually when a IT guy comes in, he's basically responsible for doing everything. So I was doing machine learning. I was doing some software engineering as well, doing some front end as well. But there I got to learn that, wow, I can predict the values, but my professor didn't tell me one thing, that the data in the real world is quite shit.
Hmm.
So you need to have good data in order to predict something in future. And that's where, the learnings came in. I learned more, I evolved myself. But after a certain period of time, I went into analytics and, not touching a lot of code. And so that's where, being shy in terms of coding and stuff came in. But
Yeah,
going back
you
to
told me.
going back to
Yeah,
your point.
you told me wonderful story, and this story can be motivation for someone other who already may heard about data analytics but don't know where to start, what Coursera courses, what YouTube videos, so it's a possibility for you to think about it, to reflect it, to try to analyze, decompose. Oh, okay, you are now in this point of your career. How it be possible in 2.5 years to
Yeah.
become here? So is it possible? Is it just random by chance, or is it possible for someone to recreate your path, to do the same stuff as you do, and go on this to this point of view? Okay, you can say how to manage people, maybe because you don't manage how to become like team leader, head of analytics, and so on, because you're I don't know, but you're now not in this phase, right? But you
Right
can,
now, no.
yeah, you can share them how to go to this path to receive offer in data analytics. So in my this post, this article that I sent previously to you, it's only
Yeah.
about this, how to recreate this path that I go through. So I learn also by self education. learning at home in some online courses, creating some project and so on. I received my offer, and for now I work as a data analyst. So that's all stuff that I help people on mentoring session. Usually they don't ask some advice about their current work. They will ask advice about how to go to data analytics. And your story wonderful, and you can share it. And my advice is to try yourself as a mentor on some platform like ADP.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's up
quite
to you. It's up to you. But it's you ask me. Yeah, your request was about way for your improvement. It is some one of the way for your improvement for future.
I think it can be a really good path. I think.
Cool.
Uh, Thank you so much, Roman. And I think our session has been I think, on a very positive note. We shared a lot
Yeah.
of experiences together. You shared so much with me regarding how I can be better at my current job and try to even, move forward into giving back to the community, from
Yeah.
which I learned initially, from which I learned.
Mhm.
And I think it's time. I think I should try it. You're
Okay.
right.
So feel free in
Uh,
future if you collect some question. Maybe, for example, I had a mentor who helped me with mentorship. So it's like what it's the best. Shivan Gupta, he's the most popular mentor on ADP list. So 1.5 years, I had a meeting with him. I discussed some problem. For example, I wanted to be more effective as a mentor and so on. So it's not like you start from this point, but you can grow even in mentorship and so on. So if in case if you will have some ask question about also A/B testing, about also about mentorship and so on, feel free to reach to me again on ADP list, and we will
Yeah,
discuss it.
definitely. And I'm setting this targets for, learning on. So I don't have much time in the weekdays, but I'm
Mhm,
setting some tasks to accomplish during my weekends.
mhm,
So this now this has become one of the top priority tasks that I need to accomplish, and I think I can conquer it. I think I
yeah,
can conquer it within some time. And regarding the mentorship, I think you will. I think you'll hear some good news. We'll have some more chats along the way.
mhm,
If that's
okay.
okay with you, we'll have some more chats. Then I think I'll feel more confident in going towards this path. I think this can be really positive direction for me.
Okay, deal.
In the end, I
Mhm,
didn't disclose it before, but it's one of my dreams to go into the gaming industry, and I
mhm,
want to work as data scientist or data analyst or senior analyst in the gaming industry. And you are already there.
mhm,
You're partly already there in one of my dream
mhm,
roles,
mhm,
and I think I'll get some more. We'll discuss more in future
mhm,
regarding how to switch towards this different domain, because I'm currently in the automotive domain, and switching to
mhm,
gaming industry is quite a big leap between different
mhm.
industries, because once you
Yeah.
become a little bit experienced in one domain, when you switch, and you get this question that, okay, if you're not familiar with our domain, how are you going to accomplish X, Y, Z in our company? Then, yeah. So this is, I don't know. We'll speak more on
Mhm.
how to transition towards gaming industry in future. But
Okay.
Roman, it was a really positive session. I really
Okay.
enjoyed it.
I like
Hope
to hear
to
it.
hope to meet with you soon in
Mhm.
the next one.
Okay, deal. Have a good day.
You
Bye.
too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Ciao.